Good evening, gentlemen. It's Steady Eddie here. It's Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. It's May the 22nd, and it looks like summer, the first inkling of summer in the UK, has finally arrived. We call it a heat wave. It'll probably last about 3 days, and then we'll be back to piddling down rain again. Okay? Hope everybody's okay. Just going to say hello to a few people. Before that, I'll drink my hot chocolate. Oh, lovely stuff. Look, well, even though it's not exactly balmy temperatures out there, you know, hot chocolate still goes down nicely. Okay, Richard O, good evening. Nice to hear from you. Leeds, hello. Ian Bowden is here. Ian Bowden is here. Nice to hear from him. Good evening, Ed and everyone. Thank God spring seems to be finally be springing. Yeah, absolutely. I see, you know, people walking around with no shirts, with yeah, you know, I was driving today and I seen people walking around with no tops on. You know what I mean? I was crashed the car. They were all women. No, just kidding. Anyway, Martin Ryder, nice to hear from you. Stephen West, are we live? No, we are Memorex. Ed Sweeney's, I'm going to put this one. Yeah, my missus is here. Ed Sweeney's 20 stone white back in England. Evening, Ed. Leeds United are scum. I went there recently and said, oh, whatever. Typical bloody things that she'd say. Anything but a bit of attention. Martin Ryder. Let's see. Martin Ryder, the wife got 1 kilo of pork gyros, meat from Asda's a day. £7. Will last 2 meals. 1 kilo. Well, I like the pork gyros, or gyros as they pronounce it in Greece. I mean, it's like I really enjoyed that in Greece. The way that I don't enjoy Turkish kebab. I mean, lovely stuff. As long as it's cooked right. Fond memories of the food in Greece. I really did enjoy that. Anyway, hello to everyone here. Sceneries, nice to hear from you. Brian Street, nice to hear from you, mate. Crypto Chris Card. Club Fillers Pink Knickers, hello. David Martins, hi Eddie, hope everything's is good. Yeah, everything's well. Nice to hear from you, David. Carl D, Viva la Pataya. Okay, I second that. Sean Harris, hello everyone. And all, okay, nice to hear from you. Hey Eddie, now watching from Tuk Tuk Lake to Leo Malley. Now what? Yeah, put this on the screen here. Leo Malley, hi Eddie, now watching from Tuk Tuk, Lake Toba, Samosi Island, Sumatra, Indonesia. Wow, doesn't that sound exotic? Eddie, now watching, oh no, he's not Tuk Tuk, he's actually in a Tuk Tuk. That's what they're called. Lake Toba, Samosi Island, Sumatra, Indonesia. That sounds like a real adventure, doesn't it? Sounds like something out of a King Kong movie, you know. You know, is there a giant ape on that island? Sounds fantastic, that, mate. Well done. Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear. Good evening, Ed, and good evening to all in the chat. It's 4 a.m. here in Taytay, Philippines, and the temperature is 28 degrees. Good for you, mate. Good for you. I hope you're having a lovely time there. Wayne Ritchie, will say hello to him. Hi, Eddie. First time watching your live stream. Don't expect miracles. Nice to hear from you anyway. Scooter Springsteen is here. Cyber Cow is here. Nice to hear from you. Richard O. Ed, you've caused a bit of colour. That's going to be, you know, not politically correct to say that the way things are going. I think it's the light. I mean, I haven't been out that much. Bottle Baby. Hello, everyone. Eddie's going to get a call telling him about his new Winfield. No, me and luck do not go very well together. HFC, nice to hear from you. Hi, everybody from East Yorkshire. I do believe in fairies. Good evening, Eduardo. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Leo Malley. Yeah, Leo Malley's. One's in Indonesia, one's in the Philippines. Yogi Bear, I hear super typhoon on the way. Did you hear this as well? You can't win, can you, in these tropical countries? Beautiful weather. The next thing, a bloody typhoon's on the way. McLaren F1 race. Okay, Mr. Eddie, my man, will you let me onto your stream to debate something that is bugging me of late? Who the hell do the Tories think they are? Also have topics for us, whatever. Oh, okay. Well, I actually have a guest coming on tonight. He's scheduled tonight. If you want to come on tomorrow, Clive, then feel free. As long as it's nothing too explicit, as long as you're fully clothed and all this kind of stuff, because as long as you obey YouTube guidelines, yeah, you can come on the screen tomorrow. I'll send you the link. We have Sean Harris on here tonight anyway, so he should be coming on later. Paul Hoskin is being smutty. Oh, what must your neighbours think of you? What must your neighbours think of you? Like Utopia, early morning from Pattaya. Okay, nice to hear from you. Sean Harris, have you caught the sun? Maybe I think it's just a light. I don't really think I've caught the sun. Still drinking hot chocolate. Lovely stuff. Okay, so okay, who's this? Let's see. Hello, everyone. Okay, where are we now? Okay, let's see. Let me script here. Yeah, Ricardo, evening, Ed. I love the English summer. It's my favourite day of the year. Yeah, well said. Nicely said, mate. See, the thing is, what you notice, John, as soon as the nice weather comes in here, the very, very first day of nice weather, there's less traffic on the road, I think, because I think people are not going to go to work. People are going to stay in and they're going to have garden parties, whatever. Because in Britain, you have to treat every sunny spell as if it's the first and the last one that you're going to get. That's the way it is. Phil at Mulville, I'm reviewing the situation. Yes, so am I. Mark Ollig, hello, Eddie, from across the pond. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you, Mark. Hope all's well. I hope the weather's good where you are in Minnesota. Nice to hear from you. Singapore, Dan is here. London Cab, Thailand is here. Okay. Barry from East End is even there. Your missus has a point, but the Leeds accent is fantastic. Okay. Ian Bowden, yes, if only women got their nips out in warm weather like us blokes. Why the army? Apparently it's public full frontalness is legal in some countries. I've seen like a video of Prague and the Czech Republic where this beautiful girl is walking around naked. You know what I mean? And then I see another video where another girl is walking around naked. And then another one. Very, very entertaining stuff. Should be like that here. Martin Ryder, listen to Tim TNT channel today. 1 million Russian men in Putin. They ruin the place. 1 million. I mean, it's really that's a lot. There's the 1 million women there. Jesus God Almighty, that's a lot of. I didn't really notice that when I was there. They probably were Russians, but I just didn't pay attention to them. That's a lot of them. Okay, let's see. Oh, Leo Malley, not in a tuk. Okay, the village is called Tuk. Amazingly, okay, that sounds like a good name. Brent L, good evening, Eddie. All right, nice to hear from you, mate. Sean Harris, have you ever been to Indonesia? Only to Bali, and I didn't like it, but I wouldn't mind seeing Indonesia. I mean, Leo Malley's in Indonesia now, so if he wants to tell us all about it, welcome to him. Okay. Oh yeah, Peter Capshaw. Something for the Magnum Cornetto fund. Oh, that's catching on. Greetings, Eddie. I'm flying to Brazil in 1 week and staying in the beautiful state of Bahia in northeast Brazil for 2 months. I'll be following your streams while on vacation. That is fantastic. Brazil is a wonderful, wonderful country. I mean, Bahia, northeast. I don't know if I went to the northeast, but I went to a lot of other places in Brazil. And it's a wonderful country. And it's safe as well, providing you don't, do anything foolish. No, good for you, mate, anyway. And a big thanks for that super chat. Much appreciated. Cheers. And I really am enjoying those Magnums and Cornettos. They say, don't you, once you start having those you know, low calorie drinks with the sweetener in them, your body craves sugar from elsewhere. So I am now enjoying my daily Magnum and Cornettos. I really, really am. Cheers, mate. Anyway, thanks, Peter. Oh, everyone's going away. I'm the only one who isn't going away. Damon, evening, Mr. Ed. Just finished packing my bag off to Thailand tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing my family again. Have a great stream. Wish me luck. I'm nervous flying as normal. Regards to Damon, best of luck to you, mate. Best of luck to you. I personally don't have a problem there. You know, flying. It's just like, you know, it's just the you know, the boredom of it. You know, it's a long journey, and I just want it over and done with. But that's fantastic. Geez, we've got people there from Indonesia, Philippines, Brazil, you know, Thailand. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm stuck in. I'm stuck here in England. Well, good luck to you anyway, Damon. Yeah. Ian Bowden, Ed, I'm confused about YouTube rules. Just been watching a bit of Mac Master's latest vid in Pasadena. Lots of live bands with no copyright issues, it seems. Why is it so hard to post live bands? I haven't seen this video. Let me just have a little slip of this first of all. I haven't seen that particular video that he's made, although I do like the Mac Master. He is really, really good. Is a lot of live bands. I don't know, because I haven't actually seen that particular video. All as I know is that I've got videos on my list where a live band has been playing a copyright song, not the original, a live band somewhere in Thailand or wherever, and I've got ad revenue, you know, shared. You know what they do? They take half of my ads revenue and they give it to the original songwriter, whatever. And I've got videos on my list like that. And obviously, I'm not bothered too much about that. But if you do it too often, then you will end up getting a strike. You see. So I know you may hail bands playing copyright music on some people's streams, but they will have issues. I've had issues with it. Yogi Bear, Ed, it's great times, mate. I had 45 days in Thailand. I finished 58 days in the Philippines on the 11th of June. We'll have another 15 days in Bangkok before flying back to the UK. Off to Cebu Thursday. Wow, good for you anyway, Yogi Bear. Good for you, mate. You have a great time, mate. You have a great time. I haven't seen this. David Coleman, nice to hear from him. Eddie, how was things, mate? There's a really bad report about the Russians in Phuket. Terrible behaviour. The local people are scared of them. I don't know. I haven't actually seen that report, but yeah, I haven't seen that report, so I can't really comment on it. Sceneries. Thank God for your live streams, Eddie. Featherweight news about Stella Braverman and Philip Schofield. Okay. Okay. Well, now that you've gone and said that, guess who we're going to have a little mention of in this stream? Guess who we're going to have a little mention of? Okay, we're not going to mention Philip, whatever his name is, because his name by now is probably a dirty word for YouTube. There's certain names of people, you know, high profile people who've been caught doing, heinous things and all this kind of stuff of a sexual nature. And even if you mention their names, the YouTube robots will pick up on it, and it'll cause demonetization. So we're not going to talk about him. But plus the fact I don't really know, I never ever watch him anyway, so I don't really know what he's all about. But Stella Braverman, yeah, she is Stella. We'll have a little mention of her because go on, let's have a little bit of a laugh. No name. By the way, as you definitely look healthier. Cheers, or maybe not cheers. Okay, well, thank you for that. Thank you. I'm feeling a little bit. I mean, I won't say that I've lost loads of weight, but I'm feeling a little teensy-weensy bit better. Yeah, more than 7 weeks off the booze now. Totally off the booze. And I feel good for it. Oh, let's see. Yeah, crypto Chris card. Will Leeds get relegated? All right, we're going to go into the first question of the night. The first discussion of the night. What's this? Sean Harris. Ed, have you ever been to a nudist beach? Only with me dark glasses on. Actually, that's all I was wearing at the time. Okay. Clive, several nudist resorts in the south of France. Yeah, we've heard of it. The problem is, I mean, there's, the people who go naked there aren't necessarily the ones that you want to see. Although on some, some of those beaches, if you go to the right ones, there's a couple. If you go to Ibiza, San Antonio, you can get a boat out to these islands, and they have nice beaches there. Where I mean, that was a long time ago. Couldn't be bothered now. Let's see. The real Dutch for around 1 million mobilisation to Thailand. Martin Wright, 1 million expected growth throughout 2020. That's a lot of Russians. That is a serious amount of Russians. Let's see. Bottle Baby. Bottle Baby. Living in the Philippines. JH channel was yanked by YouTube. I'm not familiar with that channel. What was he yanked for exactly? Series, Suella. David Coleman. Oh, we don't use words like that. Ian Bowden, like it or not, what is the problem with Suella Braverman playing for a private driving course? Surely it's a case if one could afford it, why not? No, that's not that. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's have a little mention about that in a minute because it's yeah, probably because I've been to a newspaper, but I kept my underpants in. I don't suppose anyone would notice the difference anyway. Martin Ryder, Suella Braverman, Roger or Dodger? Oh, that's definitely a Roger from me. I like it. I like it. I like it. Definitely it's a Roger from me. No name. They're removing lots of channels. Very unsettling. Yeah, you do have to be careful. You do have to be careful. That's why I don't take any risk with my main channel, which is now on 46,000 subscribers, over 14 million views on that channel. My main channel. I mean, because at the end of the day, having worked on that channel for a few years, I wouldn't like to just make one stupid video and spoil a whole lot of it. You know what I mean? It's so that's why I can take less chances with this one. Philip Moville, Philip Moville, Eddie, are you going to drink again or not? Sure, I'm not going to drink again. Richard Burton, Mikey Mantle, John, but okay. I have no plans to drink again. When I go abroad in a hot climate, and I don't consider Britain a British heatwave to be a really, really hot climate, but when I go abroad, tropical country like Cambodia or Thailand or wherever. Well, also says I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Sean Harris, anyone been to a funny name place? I once went to Santa Claus in Indiana. Apparently there's apparently there's a town somewhere in America called Intercourse, isn't there? Crypto Chris, knock the ice cream in the head, Eddie, and save it a ticket to Thailand. And it's something because I love my daily Magnum. Yeah, you know what I mean? I really, really, really do. Sean Harris is off to Thailand Thursday. Okay, we'll talk to Sean Harris pretty soon anyway. I'm sure he's got things to tell us. David Coleman, Owen, that's the eyes of Owen, is in Pattaya now, and he says it's the hottest he's ever felt in his life. You can't go outside. Really, what month are we in? Almost in it's like the rainy season. Yeah, absolutely. It's not. I've been to Thailand in a month of May, and it just rained all the time. Let's see. Okay. Liam Pan, have you ever watched Simon Rees says on South America? No, I haven't. I've missed that one. I have missed that one. there's still some very, very good YouTubers out there that I'm still discovering. Scooter Springsteen, Ed, now you know how it feels when you jet off in the winter and we're stuck in the UK. Yeah, but good luck to people. Good luck to. I've had since the beginning of last year, I've travelled a fair bit. I've done a fair bit of travel. I'm not really jealous of anyone really. Paul Lasker says anything over 25 Celsius is too hot for me. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, whatever. McLaren, Captiagny, Southern France and News Resort. I lived near there a year and certainly got an eyeful. I needed therapy after some of the beach whales I saw. Jesus, you do see a lot of big women, don't you, on nudist beaches? So bad anyway. Okay, so we'll talk about a couple of things. Yeah, Martin Ryder. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is very, very true. Very, very true. Let's see. No name. Prices just keep on rising and rising for Thailand. 6 months ago, 1,100 Canadian. Now 1,700. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. I mean, travel in general is getting very, very, very expensive. I mean, not just flights, but other things as well. The whole shebang, shebang is getting really, really expensive. Yeah, Bob the Snob, Scotland. Been a potato since November, Ed, and I'm loving all the new green shops. Good luck with the no boozy thing that you're doing. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Anyway, thanks for that. Okay, so let's have a little. Sorry if I've missed out on anybody here. Sorry if I've missed out on anyone. Yeah, but Mark Alec, it's sunny and 27 degrees Celsius, 81 Fahrenheit here in Minneapolis. Well, that's better than here. I mean, here it's a nice temperature. It's a nice little temperature, but it's not really sunbathing weather. I suppose you can. Yeah, you can be out in the sun, but it's not mega. But that sounds terrific. Absolutely terrific. David Cohn, what's the movie The Night of the Iguana with Richard Burton, recovering alcoholic? It's a great. I've heard of that, but I've never actually seen it. Andrew McIver, Eddie, why don't you go to India? Been there, done that. I bought a couple of T-shirts there. I should say, been there, done that, got the Delhi belly. Oh yeah, let's have a little teensy weensy bit. Bottle Baby, living in the Philippines, was an average older American retired in Philippines, married at videos like Straight Talk with Bar Girls, Sexy Local Girls, etc. And the videos left nothing out. Oh, okay. So did YouTube pull the plug on him? Because if they did, then that's what happens. That's why you got to be careful. I mean, you can put all the hard. I'm lucky with some of the videos that I've made in the past. I'm pretty lucky with YouTube. YouTube's tolerated me and whatever. And like I say, for some people believe that you've got to be young, trendy, and good looking to do anything on YouTube. My main channel's got over 14 million views. Which isn't bad for an old overweight codger like me. But I wouldn't like to take any risk. I don't know what I'm going to do with that channel in the future, but I wouldn't like to take any risk with it. I know that much. I mean, it's not necessary anyway. Yeah. Bobby Crush. All these are getting very expensive now. Last week I paid £2.50 for a bar of rock. That is bloody good, that, Bobby. I like that. That's good. That's really, really good. They're really, really good. Mark Alec, 3:25 p.m. our time. That's a good time of day. So, well, enjoy the sun anyway, because hopefully you can get a bit of sun today. It sounds good. I was out and about a little bit today. Mazza, hello, Mazza, nice to hear from you. Hi, Eddie, hope you're well. I'm listening to you whilst pumping iron at home. Cheers. Good for you, Mazza. Good for you. Nice to hear from you. Mark Allen, I knew a guy who always had to one up everyone else. I've known people like that. You tell him something and he'd reply with, yeah, been there, done that, been there, done. Yeah, I know, I know. It's okay as long as you tell it, as long as you tell the truth. But some guys, some of the been there, done that people, don't yeah, don't tell the truth. Okay, I'm going to include this comment. Daniel Mills, Eddie, anniversary tonight of Lee Rigby's murder. Was that 10 years now? And Manchester Arena bombing. Well, they didn't happen on the same day, did they? But I mean, the years passed. At Manchester, was that about 7 years ago now? Was about 6 or 7 years ago? And Lee Rigby's murder. It's absolutely terrible. I mean, absolutely dreadful. I'd have to really, psych myself up to talk about that kind of thing. Let's see. David Coleman airfares are really going up. It's crazy. We get the shaft in Canada. Yeah, Mark Oleg. Turns out he never was there or did that. Yeah, but you're bullshit. I've known a few people like that. I can't stand the armchair experts personally. Whatever country I've ever been to, oh, I know all about that place. How do you know about it? Well, my mate's been there. Oh God, I tell you what, I traveled around South America for 6 months. I've also been to the Central American countries. Before I went there, I heard 1,000 horror stories about people being kidnapped, murdered, all kinds of heinous things happening to them. And just about every one of those stories that I heard began with the words, "Me mate's being there." It wasn't first-hand information I was getting. It was second, me mate's friend's brother-in-law's being there. I only ever talk about countries that I've actually been to. Let's see. Ian Bowden, I'm in your neighbouring county of Dorset at the moment. Oh, Dorset's all right. Visited my parents. So much nicer down there than that ghetto lands of suburbia. Home to my, we'll have a nice time and nice weather to be in there. Nice weather to be in Dorset. Absolutely. Another terrible story. German police are now doing more work and trying to find poor Madeleine McCann. Wonder if they can find any evidence in that lake. That's right. German police now. And apparently the guy is in prison, isn't he? Who they suspect is done. He's already in prison for another crime. And it's a terrible story. I don't know if we can talk about that right now. I think that would depress me. That's poor little child. But there's been lawsuits and everything. You can't even say anything about the parents because there's been lawsuits regarding them. So it's absolutely it's a sad world when stuff like that happens. But anyway, let's have a little talk about this. Now, you don't want to talk about the woman of the day, Suella Braverman. It's a great name, that Suella Braverman. Suella sounds like Cruella, doesn't it? Apparently, Suella Braverman, Suella, was named after Sue Ellen Ewing because at the time that she was born, her parents were big fans of Dallas. So there you go. There's a bit of useful information to the day. But Suella, for those who don't know, for those who may be abroad, other countries who don't know what's going on in England right now, or have never heard of this person, she's the British Home Secretary, and she's a bit outspoken. She wanted. She said she has a dream that all these immigrants are going to be on that flight to Rwanda. She's a little bit offhand and she offends a few people. but now it's emerged that she was speeding last year. I don't mean taking drugs. I mean, when in a motor car. I mean that kind of thing. I mean speeding in a car, and she got faced with that terrible dilemma. You either have 3 points on your license and a fine, 100 quid plus or whatever it was, or you go to a hotel place where you're going to sit in a classroom full of people and somebody's going to deliver this patronizing lecture on how it's dangerous to speed. You know what I mean? And apparently she went to civil service and she basically said something like, I'm too important to be sitting in a class full of commoners. Can't I have a one-to-one with somebody about this? They said, no, you can't, and we'll grass on you, for taking advantage of people. And and the end result is that she ended up accepting the points on a license, and also the fine, whatever it is. But it seems really, 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 really trivial. Come on, this country's in a dire strait right now. It's bloody awful right now. I mean, the economy's going down the toilet. We've got war threatening us. We've got all kinds of heinous things that happening. We've got people coming over in dinghies that we don't want. I mean, somebody getting a speeding fine, for Christ's sake, and doing something they shouldn't necessarily have done. I mean, it's hardly spectacular, is it? So let's see. So there you go. And this is the problem with this country. Do we expect our politicians to be perfect? I mean, nobody's perfect. I mean, he who is without sin, let him cast the first stone. And he who has never acted like a knobhead, may he cast the first knob. That's what I say. I mean, the thing is, what's Sue Ella done? It all seems a little bit trivial. She's even said herself, quite rightly so. There's all these bloody problems in this country with the economy and immigration and all of this kind of stuff. Who cares about a few bloody points on your license, or trying to get out of going to one of those bloody boring hotel things? Yeah, let me see. Yeah, let's see. David Coleman, I got all my Thailand info off you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Bottle Baby says she's a hottie. Okay. Delayed Dave, nice to hear from you, Dave. Don't blame me for trying to get out of that driving awareness course. I've done 2 of them. I hated them. I mean, yeah, but it's not there. It's not there to like them. Let me see. A few years ago, about 4 years ago, something like that. I was caught speeding. First time ever, I was caught speeding, and I was faced with the same thing: 3 points on my license and £100 fine. Although it works out as more than £100 for a reason I can't forget. It was more like £20 or through the post or whatever the hell it is. But I was faced with that, or go to Plymouth and go early in the morning and check in to one. I think it took place at a hotel or something, a classroom where they talk about driving awareness, whatever the hell it's all that boring stuff. But the thing is, in order to get down to Plymouth, I figured that I might have to stay overnight in a hotel because I don't live in Plymouth. I had chances to go other places as well. I mean, I think what she did, it didn't really sound so bad, but I think the fact that she went to civil servants. I mean, I ended up paying the fine and accepting the points on my license because I didn't want to go on that course anyway. She obviously didn't want to go. Or was the problem that she didn't want to be stuck in a classroom with a load of common people, maybe who knew who she was. But she actually tried to get out of that. So maybe she did do something a little bit devious. But come on, I mean, not the end of the bloody world. There's all these big major problems going on right now, and we need people to deal with them. And she seems a bit more competent than most. Crypto Chris, I had that speed awareness course a few months ago. Really? I never done it. Yeah. Richie though, driver awareness course, done 2 plus an online one, which cost £100 and took 2. Speeding. I mean, the thing is, when I got caught by a speed camera, I was like taking another guy, and another guy flashed me, and like, I don't mean he got his dick out of me. I mean, he flashed me with his headlights. Jesus, that would have been a story. That would have been the story. No, but maybe it was a woman. Maybe it was a woman who flashed me. Hey, now that would have even a better. Maybe. Okay. We're going off the subject now. But I mean, is it really that bad? When I got caught college speeding, right? I didn't think, oh, bastard, Well, I did. I did think he was a bastard holding a gun, you know what I mean? But that speeding camera took place, the guy holding the gun, the speed gun, that took place in an area where just a month earlier, a motorcyclist had been killed because it's a dangerous junction. And I thought to myself, okay, I've got to have a speeding fine, right? But at least I'm not killed. You know what I mean? Like that motorcyclist was. So everything's got a reason. Yeah, David Cobb. Let's not talk about crime and care. Well, it is too sad. I know what you mean. Let's see. Sceneries. You think Suella committed the crime of the century? It's pathetic. This is exactly what I mean. I mean, if you want perfect politics, I mean perfect squeaky clean politicians who are going to run this country and who are squeaky clean in every way, shape, or form. They've never ever put a foot wrong. They've never ever done anything devious. If you want a whole cabinet full of them, you're never going to get them. There's no such thing as perfection. They're all bastards anyway. They're all out for themselves. But as long as they do well for us, they're competent at their job, they're never ever, they're not going to be squeaky clean. I mean, you look at some other cases. I think America, treats this as a bit different than England. You look at Bill Clinton when he was smoking cigars out of various orifices that he shouldn't have been doing. Um, if he was a British politician, a British prime minister, he would have been thrown out of office long before that. And yeah, America didn't really seem to me to really bat an eyelid, unless different. But I mean, they just accepted, that's what it is. I mean, Bill Clinton, I mean, he was still in. If he'd have been a British prime minister, he would have been thrown out of office for that. Similarly, John Major. Remember John Major, squeaky clean prime minister, very, very dull. It emerged after he left office that he was once shagging another politician. Now, if that had been known at the time when he was prime minister, he'd have probably been sacked for that. Yeah, you know what I mean? We expect our politicians to be perfect. Come on, there's so many bad things happening in the world, so many problems to deal with right now. Somebody who does something a little bit devious with speeding points and, oh, come on, get a life. Okay, where are we? Ian Barton, I took the speed awareness course a few years ago, cheaper than paying extra on insurance premiums. Funnily enough, my insurance didn't go up. I told them, well, they knew about it. He'd been convicted of anything. My insurance didn't go up because of that. It didn't. It didn't change really. So I just paid the fine and whatever. And I'm still got the points on my license. Yeah, look, London Kev, you can do it online from home in your front room, but that'll be even worse there. Ian Barton, yes, I do. They make the rules, and they must abide by it. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, fair enough, fair comment. David Coleman, leave the damn woman alone. She can be good for the UK. This is a nice little picture of it. It's a nice little picture of it. There you go. There's a nice little picture of it. I think she's all right. She's a bit outspoken, but I mean, I'll tell you what. I would forgive her for anything. She claims that she's going to do what all the other people just talked about doing. She's actually going to do something about this dreadful immigration problem that we've got. She's not just going to talk about it like all the others talked about it. She's actually going to do something. Okay. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. But give it a chance. Give it a chance. We can't keep swapping and changing, politicians. Otherwise, we'll have a bloody revolving door on the. I mean, the cabinet will be playing musical chairs. We've already had a revolving door on number 10 Downing Street. You know. McLaren, Ed, mate, why should you have a private speed awareness course when the rest of us plebs must have a normal course with other people in it? They're online these days anyway. Are they really? Were they online at the time? Were they online at the time that she got convicted of speeding, because they went when I had that problem. I was told, you know, to go to a hotel in Plymouth somewhere. Brian Street. Both parties love finding fault with each other. Bloody waste of space. Absolutely. I mean, they're just picking at little bloody things. It's all little bitty, you know. But not to say that the subject of speeding in a car is a trivial offence. It's not a trivial offence. And also, let's not forget, when you're mucking around with speeding points in any way, shape, or form, don't forget a couple of a politician and his missus went to prison for swapping speeding points some years ago. Chris Hume and Vicky Price each jailed for 8 months. Yeah, former Lib Dem Energy Secretary and ex-wife sentenced for perverting the course of justice. Okay, well, they wouldn't be the first pervert in politics. Chris Hume and his ex-wife Vicky Price have each been jailed for 8 months for perverting the course of justice over an arrangement 10 years previous, in which Price took speeding points for the former Liberal Democrat MP. Hume, 58, resigned. So, I mean, this is these are politicians who've actually gone to prison for. I think he was in the cabinet. I think he was a Liberal who was part of the Liberal coalition when they were in power about, you know, some years back. He actually went to prison for swapping speeding points. And so it's no trivial offence, the idea of mucking around with your speeding points. At least if you when I got caught speeding, I just accepted, you know, I'm alive, unlike that motorcyclist who was killed in that same spot about a month earlier. And also, how many bloody times have I speeded over the years? It's about time somebody caught me doing it. You know what I mean? You just have to accept it. Bottle baby, free muffies and coffee, I would have gone. Yeah, there's a good comment. Sean Harris, I don't mind people not being perfect, but they need to be honest. Is there such a thing as an honest politician? I mean, we got rid of Boris because, you know, for being a liar. Mark Alex, speaking of cars, I just spent $95 to renew my yearly license tab. Really, I've forgotten how much it. $95. That seems yearly. That you have to do that yearly in America. I got a new license when I got those points on the license a few years ago, and I never even look at my driving license, to be honest with you. I can't remember what's written on it. David Coleman, she could be the next PM, and they're trying to do it. Terrible and stupid. Well, she was trying to be the PM, wasn't she? But Liz Truss ended up in a place. Someone who lasted 5 minutes. Sean Harris, I think politicians start off with good intentions, but get corrupted by the political system. The good intentions they start off with is going up. You know what I mean? They're all out for themselves. London Kev, well, a Bravo man isn't perfect. How much is a bar fine for sure? You dirty old man. You dirty old man. London Cab Thailand. Sod them up the workers. Okay. Mark Olive drives a 2013 Camry. Okay, good for you, mate. Black exterior and interior. Very gothic. Oh, I like it. I've never seen your car, Mark, but I like it. Sounds lovely. Sounds wonderful. My kind of car. Let's see. You know, Ian Bowden, what speed was he driving in that 50-mile-an-hour limit? I don't know that bit. See, I don't know. I don't know the speed. They're not talking about that, are they? Carl Day, thanks for your advice. Thai girls don't like facial hair. Your video from 4 years ago. It's definitely Carl, okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that super chat. Anyway, I think that was Cambodia, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. A couple of bar girls, said, shave, no shave, no honey, shave, shave, you hairy monster, you. Yeah, all right. Thanks for that, Carl. Anyway, thanks for that. They were the days where do you want to make videos like that? Okay, cheers, mate. Sean Harris, my favourite American car would be a 1963 Cadillac or a 1970 Mercury Cougar. Sounds lovely, absolutely. David Coleman, I don't know what the Thai girl's not like in facial there. That is good information to know. Funnily enough, it's Cambodian girls who I had that problem with. Oh, this is on another subject. Because maybe the stubble, the stubble, not a fully grown beard, but the stubble. I didn't remember one girl where is getting sort of up close, let's get it on, baby. We were like sort of getting up close and personal in the hotel room and whatever, and then all of a sudden, shave now, shave. Oh, Jesus Christ Almighty. Ben Leno, she just asked about options. She didn't ask to be let off. She's done nothing wrong. I suppose the word ask, yeah, that's quite right, that Ben. That is quite right. I mean, if you don't ask, you don't get. If you don't ask, you don't get these. So maybe she, yeah, maybe she. I suppose asking for something isn't illegal, is it? She didn't ask to be let off. She's done nothing wrong. Okay, asking me. What is it? A guy standing before the final. Yeah, it's no harm asking. A guy is standing before the firing squad in the Second World War, and the leader of the Gestapo said, "Do you have any final questions before we shoot you?" He says, "Yeah, can I stand behind the wall?" Oh my God Almighty! It's worth a try anyway, isn't it? Martin Ryder. I'm not going to repeat that. I'm not going to repeat that one. But yeah, I know what you mean. Stephen, I'm not going to put that. I'm not going to get into all of that. Mark Owens talking about cars here. My father had the '72 Cadillac sedan DeVille. Love that car. That sounds lovely. I haven't seen those American cars. Absolutely love them. I love to try them out. Ian Bam, when real makers break the law, then what hope is there trickling down into general society? Yeah, I know. I understand what you're saying, Ian. I understand what you're saying. I mean, when real makers break the law, exactly, they are supposed to set an example. And as I say, there's been people put in prison for lying about and swapping speeding points. So it is a very, very serious issue. But yeah. Well, there are some very, very serious issues going on now, and I mean, she only asked, didn't she? I don't think it's. I think they're making a mountain out of a molehill on this one. This one. Let's see. There we go. What Mark Holly was saying. What's with the rings? It rings in her neck. I'm not so sure about that. Not so sure about it. Paul Hoskins getting smutty now. Bottle pay. Untrustworthy smell. Okay. Yeah, Clive says it wasn't that she committed speeding. It was the fact that she got one of her civil servants to arrange a private speed awareness course. It was misconduct. Would she get preference over us? She didn't get it. She asked for it, but she didn't get it. I think they grasped on it, didn't they? Ian Brown, negatives aside, I like your narrative about ass seekers. Where there's too many snowflake journalists knocking it. Yeah, I mean that's why I like it. I like because she's a straight talker, I mean, she kind of shoots first and asks questions later. She's a straight. We need more outspoken people, and she is quite outspoken. I like her. Bottle baby, how much is she speed? UK speeds are very high out of the box. Okay, I don't know. Martin Ryder, when you were asked to go to a hotel in Plymouth, are you sure it was for the speed and awareness course? Okay. I think I'm with you there. Mark Hollis, you might write the cost of the ticket off and it's tax it all day. We've had the expenses scandal years ago. They're all trying to claim something. I mean, geez, they're claiming tens of thousands of pounds to have their house, recarpeted and all kinds of things, aren't they? We've had the expenses scandal. Politicians are dreadful. Yogi Bear, many MPs got caught filling their pockets from expenses and nothing happened. We had all that before. Damon, have you ever tried the Ivor Dewdney's pasty in Plymouth? They are tip top, lovely stuff. I might have had the pasty in Plymouth. I'll tell you what I did. I went to that pub called the Navy, and they I had a lovely steak dinner in there once some years ago. Wonderful. Let's see. David Coleman, a politician by definition cannot be honest. Well, that's it. Well, I mean, it's like a double glazing salesman. I know you like it, David. You don't like me mentioning things about double glazing stuff, but I mean, the salesman, they're all lying bastards, aren't they? They all are. Ian Bowden, I was looking forward to enjoying a whole bottle of red wine for the evening, but my old man at 83 helped himself to half of it, and he's a teetotaler. Oh, God almighty. McClendon one, I'm bold. Do you mean bald? And Asian chicks hate that. You say, see, I've had no problems thus far, okay? David, I would bar fine. I find Indian women hot. Indian women can be hot, but you know something. When you go to places like Mumbai, the Indian women that approach you, they're not like those beautiful, glamorous, hot ladies that you see on in Indian models that you see. They're not the beautiful, glamorous ones that you may have seen. They're more like rough old trollops. Be careful. Mark, I'll send you a video of it. It's with the old license plate number. I'll look forward to seeing it, mate. I look forward to seeing that. Paul Hoskin being smutty. She shaves hers, I shave mine. After a couple of days, like Velcro rubbing together. Oh my God Almighty! God Almighty! I'll tell you what. We're going to have a guest on in a minute. Okay. Apologies if I've missed out on anyone here, but we're going to have a little bit of a let's see if I can just if I can just invite somebody here, if I can just invite someone on here. Oh, God. Let's see if I can do it. Sometimes it takes a while to come through. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can just invite somebody. No, that's not his name. Okay, now let's see. That's just coming up. That's just coming up error there. I'll try this again. I'm trying to get a guest on anyway. It should work. Okay, let's see. Give this another try here. Something went wrong there. Something went wrong. Sorry about that. Something went wrong. I'm trying to invite a guest on. I'll try it again in a moment. It's not exactly working properly there. Alan Edge. Even Edge, I wonder if Sabir Starmer has been to Thailand, not knowing what a woman is. Lady boys and yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. Oh, he's got no charisma. I don't like him. I don't like him. John Mitch, I had my driving license 48 years and never had a point on my license or any endorsements. You must be dull. Yeah, no. I mean, well, you may be dull at driving, but I know that you've had your fun in life in other ways, Colombia and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, John doesn't need to speed because he's fast with the ladies anyway. So good for you, mate. Anyway, let's see now. Yes, you just like the one that was on Coronation Street for years. Okay. Ian Barn, I love the great combination of classic rock tunes with your classical instruments. Yeah. I love the classic rock stuff. I love the classic rock. Absolutely fantastic. Ian Barn, who's the sexy vampire chick? Yeah, that is who is that? I don't actually know. I'll better move that anyway. See who that is. The vampires check. I don't actually know who that is, to be honest with you. But that's a bar in Thailand, that is, anyway. Okay, so I'll make another attempt at inviting somebody. I'll make one more attempt at inviting somebody here, and if it's not working, then it's down anyway. We're working on this to get it fixed as soon as we can. Something went wrong. Something went wrong there. I can't send a link, funny enough. I can't actually send the link. Send the link. So anyway, we're going to talk about something else in a moment. Anyway, we're going to talk about something, and in the meantime, a little quick break. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, Mark is a special guest, Boris Johnson. He's not special. Let's see. There was. I'm going to try this once more. Just once more. And if it's not working, then it ain't working. This is the invite. Okay. 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 We're working on it. There's a gremlin in the works anyway. It may work. You never ever know. You never know. It's quite possible. It may work, but it's not working right now anyway. Okay, so let's talk about something else. Yeah, but coming live from Martin Ryder, coming live from the Gambia. Okay, let's talk about something else. Okay, so anyway, yesterday, how about football? Anyone interested in football? So let's see. Okay, now this is and now football. Football in general. I mean, I've got no bias against any particular football team. I mean, because I think they're all as bad as each other. But I'm just going to go on about this to see if this is any interest to anyone. Do you care about Man City winning again? Now, Man City, super team, have won the Premiership umpteen times. They've now just won the Premiership three times in a row. But so what? I mean, it's all filthy. It's all filthy rich money. I mean, Man City and Chelsea. Once upon a time had the words "poor old" in front of their name, uh, and then some billionaire come along, wrote them a blank check, and the next minute they're winning all these trophies. I mean, do you really care about that? I mean, the fact that the fact that there's so much money. I mean, they're perceived as a bought team. Yeah, they bought the most expensive players. They got the most money knocking around. Do you really care? Doesn't it devalue football and in general? Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, here we go. Do you care about Man City winning again? John Hazelstein says no. Ian Barron, I know you were ambitious to evolve this chat stream in the same ways, but I just love it as it is. Okay, well, thanks for that anyway. Thanks for that, Ian. Really pleasant of you. John Hazeltine, I don't care. John Hazeltine, it's filth. It's filth. Okay. Mark Allen, why do Americans call it football when they carry and pass a ball? So who's got it right? The Americans or us? I mean, Americans call it soccer. I mean, soccer is the biggest sport in the world. I mean, the thing is, it's so universal. I mean, the only African country I've ever been to is Ethiopia. And believe me, everyone that I met, all the Ethiopians, were obsessed with football. I mean, football is an obsession for people. It's not my obsession. I mean, so Man City have won the title for the third time. So Man City are the super team. And the reason they're the super team is because somebody wrote them a massive blank check some years back. But who cares? I mean, who cares? Isn't it a bit like, athletes taking steroids? They're winning because they took they took the syringe. That's the reason that they win. Man United are winning because of shed loads of money. That's the reason, isn't it? Yeah, Martin Riders, he doesn't like football, so he's offered a bottle of wine with the wife, Have a great week. Okay, cheers, Martin. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully see you tomorrow. John Hazeldine, it's shite. Okay. Bilbao Kelso. Just look at my first name, Athletic Club Bilbao. Do not play Farang players, okay? But Mark Alec, Man City, is that where the horny women go to? Oh yeah, I get Man City. I mean, I've seen that Manchester's not a city that I know very well, but I've seen a video. S Travels 4K. I believe he's done some good videos on Manchester. And if you look around the town of Manchester the night time, there are some absolutely gorgeous women, young women, you know, waiting in those nightclubs. They're so well dressed, and they're going into those trendy nightclubs in Manchester. And the belief is that all those young women, they all want to shag footballers. They all want to meet footballers, you know, because Manchester have Manchester United for years dominating, and now they've got Man City dominating. So all of those gorgeous young girls want to be wags, don't they? As they call them. Ian Bowden, Man City are funded by oil funded United out of evidence. I mean, this is it. I mean, why do foreigners? Why do people from, you know, Arabic countries or African countries or whatever, why are they so obsessed with British football? I mean, the United Arab Emirates looks nothing like Manchester. So why are they obsessed with Manchester? Why do people from Vietnam support Manchester United? Well, they did anyway when they were winning. But now now that Man City are winning, the Vietnamese probably support Man City. I don't get it. Thailand, you know, they support Liverpool. A lot of them support Liverpool in Thailand. I just don't get it. I think it's a load of bollocks, personally. But that's just my opinion. Sean Harris, Ed, ever been to Manchester? I only ever went to Manchester once in my life. Would you believe it? Once in my life, I went to Manchester. And I went with some friends, and like we had a look around Manchester city centre, and we were and every pub we went in, there was a nutter in there, and typically the nutter wanted to talk to us. You know, one nutter told us that he was Tom Jones. He looked more like Ronnie Corbett, and he started singing, "It's not unusual." Every pub we went in had a bloody nutter in there. Gemini Star, it's the Arab that gives Man City the trophies, okay? Stephen Tutty, Man City have broken all the financial fair play rules, okay? So should you celebrate them winning? I mean, when it's clear that it's because of money, because it's all about money. They just bought the most expensive players and the most expensive manager and all that. Brian Street says, up the hammers. Good for you, mate. McLaren Clark says Hereford United rules, okay. Mark Ellis says, I still have an image of a sickly looking yellow AMC Pacer. Sounds lovely, sounds absolutely lovely. Ian Bound, does it prove that extreme wealth results in first class well results? I first heard about Man City being bought by this Arab who was going to write him a blank check, and it was when I was in India. I was actually chatting to a Manchester guy, and he said, "I'm thrilled now because my football team, Man City, it's just being bought by this Arab bloke, so they're going to win everything." And he was right. As soon as like they were given a blank check, they're not winning everything. So it is about money. So where is the sporting achievement when they hold that trophy? Did they get that trophy because of pure skill? Well, yeah, obviously they did, but it was bought skill, wasn't it? So does a real hardcore Man City fan, does he really celebrate the way that he wished he was celebrated? It's not as if like You know, a bunch of Manchester lads. How many of those how many Man City players are actually from Manchester? I mean, a lot of them have kind of spaghetti Western names, don't they? Like Ramirez and Rodriguez. Sometimes I watch things like this, and I wonder if I'm watching a spaghetti Western or a bloody football match. You know what I mean? I reckon some of these teams should have Ennio Morricone's music blasting out as they go onto the pitch. Sanchez, Fernandez, Ramirez. I mean, they're all foreigners, aren't they? One of them is called Sancho, isn't he? Yeah, Tim Johnson. I do care. And Man United spent more money than City in the last few years. Okay, good for you, Tim. Anyway, good for you. David R. Ed looks like a man in his 40s now with no booze. Okay, thank you for that. David's lost a lot of weight. He's doing well in the physical fitness stuff. Nice to hear from you, Dave. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Sean Adams, I reckon USA will be winning the football soccer World Cup within the next 20 years. Well, that'd be interesting. It'd be something different, wouldn't it? It would be something different, you know. That'd be entertaining to see. Bottle Baby, the yellow in that era was bad. Left over from the 1960s. Okay. David Coleman doesn't want to talk about football. We're not all English, just saying. But the football teams are not all English either, believe it or not. The English Premier League isn't English. Ian Bard, wasn't it City who had that Thai guy involved in that died in a helicopter crash a few years ago? I believe that was Leicester. I believe it was Leicester, wasn't it? The billionaire. I mean, yeah, you know, the Thai billionaire, he invested all his money in Leicester, and amazingly, they won the Premier League, didn't he? Good luck. It was something different. Then a couple of years later, it might have even been a year later, he died in a helicopter crash, didn't he? All the money in the world can't save you. Bobby Crush, if Everton don't win, either Leeds or Leicester win, then Everton go down. Okay. I better not say anything about Everton. You know what I mean? Because somebody took real offence last time I made a joke about them. Englishman and Malta is here. He's got a great channel. He's got a fine channel, Malta-based vlogs. If you want to watch that, well worth a look. Evening from Malta. I love this quote. I'm confident nothing untoward's happened over speeding. Of course, Suella Braverman. Me thinks she's on her way out soon. I'm confident nothing untoward's happened over speeding, of course. She's so she thinks she's on her way out. I hope not. I hope not. If a cabinet minister is going to be thrown out, I hope it's for something more than that, to be honest with you. David Martin, Ian, that was Leicester City. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Paul Oskin, they get so much money to kick the balls. And Paul Oskin is being smutty again. They get so much money to kick the balls, and the bar girls get a little money to lick the balls. Oh my, that's scandalous, isn't it, mate? Scandalous. Ian Bowden, is there any big British business left that is? Well, British. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all of these, the English Premier League, I think it should be done under the Trade Descriptions Act. It's owned by foreigners. It's managed by foreigners. There's foreign money coming in. All the players, almost all of the top players are foreigners. It's a bloody con. It's a con. Bobby Crush, Manchester looks like a foreign country now. Well, it's the same with a lot of cities, mate, isn't it? Wanderer, Manchester go for massage girls. Oh, well, maybe it's not all that bad. Yeah, Bobby Chris says Liverpool is not what it was. Looks like a foreign country in town now. Horrid. Really? I don't go to Liverpool either. Ian Bowden, Thatcher, didn't you start selling Great Britain PLC? She started selling British Society and Soul. Oh, she won 3 elections though, didn't she? You never meet anyone who admits to voting for her. Mark Allen, we have a place close by called Woman Lake. I fancy that one. We love to dive into there every so often. So that is this lowly American's contribution. Woman Lake. Oh, that sounds lovely. I like this. Sounds very, very sexy place. Do they have nudists there? Serge, nice to hear from you. McLaren says, I went to Old Trafford and Anfield with the ex-Thai wife's cousin, drove them there and back and paid for it. I got absolutely nothing out of it. But I went to Old Trafford and Anfield with the ex, drove them there and back and got absolutely nothing out of it. Oh, well, fair enough. That's football for you, isn't it? London Cab, Thailand. Oh, yeah, Yogi Bear. Inbound, it was Leicester City. That's the Thai owner who died in a helicopter crash. He's the guy that owns King Power duty-free shops in Thailand. His son owns it now. But Trevor, I mean, what a waste. He's worth all that money, and yet he dies in a bloody helicopter crash. I mean, didn't he invest a bit of money having it maintained or whatever, that helicopter? That's scandalous. I believe actually, if I was a billionaire, I wouldn't have a helicopter. I definitely wouldn't have a helicopter. I think Clint Eastwood said, didn't he? He's worth a bob or two. I think he got rid of his. He had a helicopter. I think the story is he had a helicopter, but he got rid of it because a friend of his died in a helicopter crash. So Clint got rid of his. I don't blame him. I don't bloody blame him. Paul Hoskin, these footballers have to be careful around women. Okay. Sean Harris. Manchester used to have an amusement park called Bellevue with a roller coaster called the Bobs. Park shut in the 1970s, I think. Never went, but looked good for the old photos. I went there. I did go there when I was a kid. I remember the Bellevue Park. Yeah, I do. I used to love it there. Yeah, Wanderer, champion Burnley haven't got much money. Got a great something to go there. Bottle Baby, blank checks are great, but you need someone to decently spend it. Okay. Sean Harris, love Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I love Blackpool Pleasure Beach as well. Absolutely. Oh, I love it. Blackpool, great place to visit, terrible place to live in. David Coleman, Eddie's the two that there are too many ladyboys in Jom TM. I wanted to stay there. Jom TM's, I've never been to Jom TM of a night time. I've been there of a daytime before, many, many times. Ladyboys in Jom TM, I've never seen ladyboys in Pattaya, which is very, very close to Jom TM. Jom TM is a place that you stay in because it's a nice, quiet little place next to Pattaya. But all the ladyboys, not all that stuff, that's in Pattaya, that is. Bilbao, Ed, you know that they do not own the ground. It still belongs to Manchester Council. Really? Really? Well, it's okay. I heard somewhere. I seen a report once where all these billionaires, and in the old days you needed to be a millionaire to own a football club. Now you've got to be a billionaire to own a football club. I seen a report once that said a lot of these billionaires who've got many, many, many billions who buy these football clubs, they don't really make a massive amount of money from them. Not really. They actually have them because it's a trophy for them to actually own a football club. But I mean, I don't know if that's right or not. But this is the report that I seem to recall. The likes of Abramovich, who owns Chelsea and whatever, they don't make a colossal amount of money. And many of these teams, even these massive teams, are actually very, very much in debt. Don't forget. Yeah, Paul Hoskin. The Thais are very passionate about football. Well, the whole world is, mate. The whole world's passionate about football. If you go to Brazil, I mean, they're crazy about football and they know how to play it. And at least in Brazil, they have Brazilian footballers. Although probably all the best Brazilian footballers go and play for the Premier League or the Spanish or Italians. Let's see. Mark Holly. I recall when Payne Stewart died in a plane crash back in 1999. I'm not so sure who Payne Stewart is, but does he die in a plane crash? Planes are supposed to be the safest form of travel, and yet the number of people are being killed in airplanes. It was like the old joke, because my uncle owned an airlines. It was called Celebrity Airways because it had flown so many celebrities. Glenn Miller, Buddy Holly, Manchester United, Leonard Skinner, John Denver, or whatever. Seamus Doherty, this is a good comment. The problem is that City might become too dominant and the league will become boring. Well, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I understand, because if the same team, if a bought team, if a team that's got so much money that they're always going to win, and Man City have won it now 3 years in a row. They won it many times before that, but 3 years in a row. It was the same. It was the same team winning again and again and again, and then the next. Are you really going to get excited by the start of the Premier League season next year, knowing that the same team will probably just win it again and again? It takes a lot of the excitement out of it. That's why I was really pleased when Leicester came out of nowhere and won it a few years back. Sean Harris, they don't seem to have any animals at circuses these days. But wasn't Mary Chipperfield seen video beating the elephants or something like that? Okay, so anyway, here we go. Bobby Cross, he's from Liverpool, correct. Only thing scout about LFC is the ground is in Liverpool, and Anfield is full of immigrants. I don't know Liverpool anymore. I really don't know it. I don't know. So thanks for telling me that anyway. Sean Harris, football teams should have skimpy clad cheerleaders. Yeah, I'll go along with that, mate. I'll go along with that. Mark Holly, AstraZeneca is still owned by the British. Maybe that's that's why it was so bloody. That's probably why we've all got aches and pains now. The British, don't build make very good things in this day and age. Let's see. Bobby Crush, no sympathy for helicopter crashes in England. It's a small nation and the drive to the airport is no big journey. Oh, well. Mark Ollick, Harrison Ford kept crashing his plane. Yeah, I know. The guy who drove the coolest, fastest spaceship in Star Wars seems to crash his airplane. He should stick to spaceships. He said, Harrison Ford. I mean, I think he held the record, for the highest grossing movies by any actor. I don't know if it was Samuel L. Jackson who overtook him, but I think it was Harrison Ford. He's been in so many blockbusters over the years, and he's a really great star. I love Harrison Ford. He's charismatic, and it's like a throwback to the old style Hollywood actors. Really simple. Oh my God Almighty, that guy! When you see him on interviews, he's like a timid little frightened schoolboy. He just doesn't know how to do good interviews at all. McLaren F1, didn't Clint Eastwood have 2 plane crashes? Crash landing the car. I didn't hear that. I heard, yeah, Mark Ollick. That was Ford. Yeah, Harrison Ford, that was. Jesus, surviving 2 plane crashes. I think I'd give up after that. I'd give up after 1. Let's see, Ian Barton, why is it called Pleasure Beach when it costs too much money to feel sick and get wet in the rain in the process? it is just it is a strange name, Pleasure Beach. I mean, well, pleasure. You tend to think of something physical, but it's bloody good fun. It is good fun. But Blackpool's, oh, you kind of overdose on all the tackiness of Blackpool when you actually live there. David R. My condo is in John TM. They have Ladyboy around there too. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So I'm going to make one more attempt at trying to invite someone on. One more attempt. I'm going to make one more attempt at inviting someone on because it seems to be this function seems to be down tonight because it says that there is an error with the system. No, it's just not where it's not working. It's just not working. I don't think it's wrong with my computer. Anything wrong with my computer? I just think it's sometimes StreamYards plays up like that. It plays. So apologies to Sean Harris. I wanted you to come on tonight, but it's just like it's not going to happen. Yeah, Bobby Cush. I got a room in Blackpool, and outside it said on a sign, "Hot and cold, hot and cold, running water." Oh, I'd stay in that hotel. Jesus Christ. That sounds like 5-star luxury, that. Jason Finch, Eddie, I wanted Pattaya to stay the same. Never stays the same, mate, but Pattaya is still a bloody good place. I wouldn't mind being there right now. Kiki and Jasmine, a well-known American vlogger based in the Philippines, is after getting a dose of the clap in Pattaya. Never go out with your jacket without your jacket in Pattaya. Oh well, whatever. I think we've all been there, mate. Ian Bowden, why is it that the last 3 years in particular, it seems that the world has acquired so many more billionaires? Twilight Zone more. I know the rich get richer, and the poor just stay, and the poor struggle to pay the heating bills. You know what I mean? Sean, has Eddie ever been to Newcastle? No, never been up that part of the country. Binman, evening, Ed. I'll be travelling to Pattaya next Saturday. I can come on your stream live from Sin City. Okay, well, send me a message about it anyway. Send me a message, but don't be coming live from a go-go bar where with girls and all the teddies out because YouTube won't approve of that. Let's see. Sean Harris is going to Pattaya as well. Glenn Miller died in a plane crash during World War II. And all these talented people that Buddy Holly, apparently Buddy Holly and Eddie Cochran. I mean, was he only 22, Buddy Holly? I think he was only a kid, 22. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. Yogi Bear, the Russian Chelsea lost billions there when he was forced to sell it. Is he being banished from England or something, that fella? Last I heard, they wouldn't renew his visa or something. Yeah, let's see. Gemini's down. Nigel Farage was in an aircraft accident but survived. Geez, an aircraft craft accident. It's not as if it's a car, is it? London Cab, Thailand. I don't really like football, only big competitions. Night, all. Okay, cheers. Nice to hear from you anyway. Okay, well, I'm gonna it's 1.5 hours here anyway. I was hoping to get a guest on anyway, but there's something wrong with the watching me call the system. StreamYards sometimes has faults and sometimes has gremlins in it. So I've been thwarted by a gremlin tonight anyway. So let's see. The Cremos rise to the top. The Volume 3 series crashes. Okay. Yeah, Bobby Crush, always quick wits. I was involved in 3 serious crashes, but I still enjoy the Dodgers at Blackpool. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Good stuff. Like it. Martin Powell, the cream always rise to the top. Man City are the best team in Europe and proved that in the Champions League final. I'm not a City supporter, but enjoy watching them play. Well, if they are perfection, if they are really, really perfection, and you enjoy watching supreme athletic perfection and skill, then yeah, good for you, mate. If that's what it's all about, if that's what it's all about, anyway, if that's what it's all about. Anyway, I'm going to finish this now anyway because we're on for 1.5 hours, and tomorrow I'll be back anyway. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I was hoping to get a guest on, but something's gone wrong with StreamYards tonight, and they do have that. It's probably not the fault of my laptop or anything like that. Mark, I visited Clear Lake, Iowa, at the Surf Ballroom where Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper, when they last played in 1959. They died in February in a plane crash going to Minnesota. That's so sad that young lives like that can be wiped out. That's very, very sad. I mean, look at James Dean. He was only 24, wasn't he, when he was killed in that car crash? It's absolutely dreadful. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight tonight. And anyway, we talked a little bit about football. I would have liked to have had some guests on, but it's just not happening tonight anyway. So anyway, I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock anyway, and we'll do some other things. We'll talk about other things. I will get a couple of videos out. I got one out the other day. I'll get another video out over the next couple of days. So in the meantime, I will say thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a lovely Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock anyway. Cheers. There we go.